must be thrilled with a victory here today.
Yes, delighted. I think you see that with the scenes at the end. It's a real difficult place to come. History tells you that. It's been 5 years to the day since we've done that. That was a message to the players, but I think that's something that I've challenged the group a lot in the last few weeks, which is about creating our own history and changing the history as much as we can, and try to build on that togetherness. And you've seen that today, and delighted for everyone involved.
How particularly pleasing is how dominant you were in the first period, particularly?
It was good. As I say, I thought we played really well. Limited them to very few chances. Maybe could have been a bit more clinical ourselves. But I thought first half we were excellent. A couple of things they did cause us a bit of a problem in the middle of the pitch. We tried to fix second half. But the biggest thing for me was the character again. So to go in 1-1, having been as good as we were, especially away from home, at a real difficult place, the players could have reacted in a real negative way for that. You know, their support got right behind them because we'd quietened them down. I think you could only really hear our fans in the first half, but the way the game went second half, I thought Hearts probably started slightly better without causing us loads of problems, but a lot more of the ball than maybe we would like. But we still showed that quality second half, and I think Craig Gordon had to make more saves than Jordan, which is great, and I thought we were well deserving of the win in the end.
Just a word as well for Dwight Gale, and that finish, just a little bit of quality when it mattered.
Absolutely, to be able to bring him on and affect the game the way he does shows exactly why we brought him to the club. You know, he's the level he's played at, the experience he's got, his movement in the box, but that quality and that last action was superb. But not just that, what he brings every single day in the training ground. Model professional, him and a few of the other senior players have been fantastic on that front, and even during difficult times, you know, keeping the group together. So delighted to be able to bring him on, and delighted for him because he's had to be patient. He probably wants to play more than he has played in recent weeks, but credit to him for coming on in the way he did and affecting the game in a real positive way.
How's that compared, David, to winning that fixture as a player and winning your first as manager?
I'm not sure actually. I think you take a step back definitely as a manager. As a player, you're probably caught up in it a lot more. You're a lot more tired after the game as well as a player, so you're probably a lot more relief. But for me, I just like stepping back and enjoying it, taking it all in, purely because I know how much hard work goes into it, not just by me, but the staff, everyone involved, and how much I think the players have deserved it, because we've underachieved up until this point in the season, apart from the last few results and performances, and we know that, and we've came under a lot of criticism. But as I've said for a long time now, that I've been quietly confident that given the time we will turn this around. I had real belief in the group, and the togetherness has always been there, and I think days like today can only strengthen that. And it was fantastic for the players especially to enjoy that moment with the fans, because it's been a long time for that to come. And as I say, I enjoy just taking a wee step back and taking it all in.
Did you enjoy seeing the players celebrating tackles and blocks and clearances near the end? It showed what it meant to them.
It does. I think you even seen that last week as well up at Aberdeen. It's something that has been coming and growing, and I think internally it's always been there. But I think when the biggest thing is results and performances, once you start to get that, you get that confidence and that belief, and rather than maybe being slightly negative in your performances or an anxiousness going into games, you're on the front foot, you've got that desire, and I think you've seen that today. Apart from the goal we lost, to be honest, we could be better in that moment, but that's something that we'll definitely look at and try and improve from. But as I say, delighted for absolutely everyone involved, and that's what it takes to win games of football at this level. You need to be together, you need to work as hard as you can, and it's something that we're benefiting from at the moment, that's for sure.
The way that Rocky responded, obviously Hearts fans singing his name, but he was really strong in the second half.
Yes, he was. I think Rocky's been excellent for a number of weeks now. Delighted for him. He's another one that I singled out a few weeks ago. I don't like singling out players, especially on days like today, because it was absolutely everyone involved was fantastic. And for the last few weeks have been. But Rocky's someone that, again, the level of professionalism he's shown, not playing at the start of the season during difficult times. You know, we weren't winning games, and he's finding himself not getting the game time he would like. But he's always been ready. He's always trained to the best of his ability. He's always been really professional, and he gets his rewards for having put all that hard work in now, and I'm delighted for him.
You talked about the length of time since there was a victory here, and can I get across to the players how significant that would be for the fans?
I did, but I've done it in a way that I've done in recent weeks, which I'm constantly trying to challenge the players. History is something that's there, of course, but it's also something this squad can't affect what's happened previously. They can only look forward and try and change that history. The same as I said to them before the Aberdeen game, it had been since December 23 back-to-back wins. I couldn't use that as the third game in a row because I think it was around about the same time, so it didn't have the same significance. So I remember the last time we won here was 5 years ago to the day, and this squad of players had an opportunity to change that. We're now looking at it as we're the last team to come here and win, and then the next time we come here we've got the opportunity to try and do it again. So I think it's about creating our own history and making sure that we keep moving forward.
You've moved away from the bottom of the league, you're one of the form teams in the league now. Do you feel you can start pushing on into the top 6 and up towards European places?
100%, we need to keep moving forward. But as I've already demonstrated, when we were down the bottom end and going through adversity, the narrative of how quickly things can change, and we've demonstrated that in the last 3-4 weeks, which is great. But we still can't rely on thinking we've just turned the corner. We need to keep improving, need to keep getting better, keep working on these areas that we need to improve, and guard against complacency, because every game at this league, as you see, everyone can beat everyone and how quickly it can change. But we're in a real positive moment at the minute. Massive game against Kilmarnock to look forward to end the year, and if we go and do that, win our 3 points, it would be a real positive end to the season and something we can take into the new year.
Will you have anybody back for that one? Kukurevich will be
Hopefully there'll be a few looking to try and get back. There is a quick turnaround now, obviously, between games. A few bumps and bruises again for today. We'll be in tomorrow. The key message now is recovery between games, because they come thick and fast. And I think, as I've said, it'll be more about making sure we've not picked up any fresh injuries, but there'll be a couple coming back, that's for sure.